What's the Numbers TV? It's your boy Pole Row. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already, and like a video if you appreciate the content that Pole Row and What's the Numbers Desire provided. Today we're talking about Dex Osama, a rapper from Detroit that lost his life in September 2015 at a shooting outside a strip club. I seen a few people touch on this case when it first happened, but recently nobody touched on it and let everybody and update what's going on with the case and the people that was involved. So before I get in this case, I want to let y'all know how I started following the Detroit rap scene. It was through a guy named Blade Icewood. This was in 2004, 2005, around there. Blade had that song, boy, what's up and get this money. You know what I'm saying? Go check that out on YouTube, man. Classic. So he had to dance and all that with it. He was on different DVDs. So I was messing with Blade. I like the style. He was doing his thing. So he ends up getting shot because he was beefing with the Street Lords. His crew was beefing with Street Lords versus Cheddar Boys. He ends up getting shot and paralyzed. He comes back, makes a diss song. It's in the studio. They got that on YouTube too. Fire. But then 7 months later, he ends up getting killed on the west side of Detroit. He gets shot up in his range and dies. So around that same time, this is 04, 05, BMF is also out. They doing their thing. They on all the DVDs, getting all the money. So I used to follow BMF too, see what they was going on. So everybody thought they was from Atlanta. But as you look deeper, you see the two leaders, Big Meech and Southwest T, are from Detroit. Also some of the top members. So that was just another thing, you know, say Detroit. I'm like, damn, they got BMF, Big Meech. Big Meech is a legend. So, you know what I'm saying? Blade. I'm like, you know, so I always paid attention to Detroit. So a couple years later, you know what I'm saying, Dope Boy Cash out there doing this thing. They had a couple tough tracks, you know what I'm saying, like the one that I think is called the Mobb or something. Or they coming out the house, they all rapping back to back. You know what I'm saying? Then they had again with Jeezy. They was doing their thing. They never really got the footage in the industry. I mean, their footing in the industry like that nationwide. But they doing their thing. I'm sure they're still doing their thing. So fast forward years later, I see a rapper at a video shoot. He shoots in the wall with like a chopper or something. But I ain't really paying attention to the music or the video. But I remember it was just a story at the time. So a couple weeks later, months later, Meek Mill starts hanging with that same rapper, Dex Osama. They start doing music, you know what I'm saying? So people start checking his music out more. I started checking his music out more. He had, you know what I'm saying, a raw style, street definitely. And I'm supposed he's going to sign to Meek Mill, Dream Chasers. So now fast forward to September 7, 2015 at the Crazy Horse, which is a strip club in Detroit. Supposedly Dex is in there with his friends turning up, and he gets into an altercation inside, having to do something with his girlfriend at the time, who's also a stripper. So he calls his girlfriend over, who he sees going to dance with somebody that they both knew. He tells her don't dance with and pour champagne on her, and tells her go get dressed. So she goes to the back. He ends up arguing with somebody in the club and shoots a shot in the air. Now everybody starts running out the club. He makes his way out the club, and then you see him walking back to the front of the club. He shoots again in the air with his gun. So now he's in front of the club. It's his group of people on one side of the fence and another group of people on the other side of the fence. They sitting there talking, looking like they're arguing, to where old timer, you know what I'm saying, by the name of Otis Davis, you see him reach through between two people and basically shoot Dex right in the chest. Dex got the gun on him too, though, playing around with the gun. He ends up getting shot in the chest right through two people. So now somebody else chases Dex out into the streets. It comes to find out it's the guy by the name of Dietrich Odemus. So both these guys end up getting charged with the death and the murder of Dex Osama. So now there's the whole court proceedings play out. You know how I do a year and a half, 2 years before trial. So during the trial, his girlfriend at the time, gets on the stand and tells what happens, as far as like she gets champagne poured on her because he didn't want her to dance with somebody else. She heard a shot. She didn't know what was going on basically, and that's all she speaks on at the time. So the trial plays itself out, and they get guilty verdicts. But they're not all for the time and the charges that you will feel. Dietrich, he only gets a gun possession charge because I guess they seen that it was self-defense because Dex had a gun on him too. So he gets 2 years for a gun possession, and he's out. He's home already. He's out. Now the old timer, which is the guy that shot him first in the chest, he ends up getting convicted, and he ends up getting 5 to 22 years. He got he got a gun possession charge, obviously. He got homicide, manslaughter, different things like that. But he gets 5 to 22 years, and his earliest parole date is 2025. But his maximum discharge is 2043. So that's what's going on with these two at the time. Dietrich is home. Otis is locked up doing 5 to 22, but he could be up for parole in 2025. I guess it was because Dex had a gun and Dex was playing around and shooting the gun that these guys, the jury, seen that it was somewhat self-defense and charged them with the gun possession, obviously, because they was felons with guns. but couldn't really pin a first-degree murder charge on them or second degree. That's why they got manslaughter and stuff like that. So I just wanted to touch on this case real quick. You know what I'm saying? Dex Osama. It's been a few years that he's been gone, and I wanted to touch because nobody really updated it recently as far as what the charges was, how much time they got, who are they home, are they still in jail, and all that. So that's what I did real quick at What's the Numbers. Like I said, I appreciate all of y'all for subscribing. And if y'all don't subscribe and y'all just watch my videos from time to time, I appreciate y'all too. Like a video, man. Share it. You know what I'm saying? Tell a friend about What's the Numbers. It's your boy Paul Rowe, man. I'm out of here. I'll be back before you know it. Peace.